Vogue magazine has been heavily criticized this week after posting a very bold article defending Amber Heard. Their biggest line being, "It's time to believe all women. It's time to believe Amber Heard."
You're very wrong about that.
So
if I wanted to leak information, I could have done it in a more effective way, a lot sooner and a lot more.
Because
I was
exactly
living with a mountain of this evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
I thought you testified earlier in this trial that you didn't know how to leak things.
I don't.
With the majority of people on the internet currently being in support of Johnny Depp over this case, some of which who have even supported Heard previously, it's clear to see why so many are outraged over this. Does Vogue have a point here, or are they being dishonest and biased? I'll leave that decision up to you as we discuss this today. While we don't yet know the outcome of this trial, it's very clear that when it comes to the court of public opinion, over 90% of people who have been watching this online are in support of Johnny Depp.
Morning. How are you?
I've even decided to make my own poll just to see, so even coming directly from you guys, over 90% of you support Johnny Depp over Amber Heard. This wasn't always the case, however. When Heard first started making the accusations against Depp years ago, many people supported her, and he lost many roles in his acting career. As the trial continued, more and more people supported Johnny. I believe that this is due to the massive amount of evidence and information that has been brought forward that is changing the minds of the population. There's been an article that was recently posted on Vogue, however, and this sheds a completely different light on the subject. It has in fact created a lot of backlash from a lot of people online, and many of Vogue's subscribers, supporters, have publicly voiced that they were no longer going to be supporting them over this article. While I don't believe that Johnny Depp has been flawless in their relationship by any means, in fact, I think they were both extremely toxic at times, in my opinion, it's very clear that in a majority of these situations that have been discussed throughout the trial, Amber Heard has been the one who has been instigating a lot of this at points when she has claimed to be the victim. I also think that Johnny Depp's cross-examination lawyer, Camille Vasquez, has been doing a phenomenal job at staying on track and making sure that Amber Heard doesn't drift off or manipulate the audience when answering her questions. And I say audience because it's not just the jury watching this trial, it's the entire world at this point. For time's sake, I won't be reading the full article here, but I will leave it in the description below if you would like to check it out. With that being said, let's take a little peek into why so many people seem to be upset with what they said. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you'll know that the ex-spouses are back in court. Johnny Depp is seeking damages of $50 million after Amber Heard wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post in 2018 in which she spoke of being a victim of domestic abuse, without ever explicitly naming Depp. You know, one of the funniest things about this is that everybody is talking about Amber Heard wrote an op-ed about Johnny Depp without specifically naming Johnny Depp. However, part of what they are trying to prove in court is that she wrote the op-ed about Johnny Depp, and it's literally the first thing she admitted to doing.
I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
The minutiae being combed through at the trial has come to feel like less of a lawsuit and more like a torturous exorcism of the past, a thorough and painful raking over the coals of their 4-year entanglement. I find it very interesting that they use these words, considering the fact that for the past 6 years, Amber Heard has been relentlessly going after Johnny Depp and telling all of these stories about how abusive he was to her, denying that she was ever abusive to him, and as we've seen throughout all of these days on trial, there have been countless moments where Amber Heard has been seen being the instigator and at times the abuser.
See what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And yes. It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Broadly speaking, witness testimonies can be persuasive, and with 2 actors in the dock, we can never be sure of the absolute truth.
My dog stepped on a bee win.
Go on social media, and the anti-Heard sentiment is palpable. The memes have been ferocious, sometimes consisting of a spot the difference comparison with domestic abuse victims. At other times, televised courtroom footage has been appropriated to openly mock her appearance. I will say that I've seen a lot of people comparing pictures of Amber Heard to other celebrities that have been in abusive situations, but when it comes to people talking about her appearance in court, a lot of what I have seen actually involves the fact that Amber Heard would make very bizarre facial expressions almost in an unnatural way, in other words, claiming that she is not only acting, but acting badly. And this is paired with the very over-exaggerated emotions she shares when she would talk about her experiences, and all of that is also on top of the claims that she has been lying at parts in her testimony. The company behind the makeup compact Heard used to hide her bruises even made a TikTok disputing her claims. I really don't understand how this is misogynistic. They're calling Amber Heard out for lying about using a makeup compact that never existed during the time of their relationship. It is responsible on behalf of that brand to tell the truth and be honest, saying, hey, this makeup compact didn't exist when you said it did. They were just telling the truth. Heard is being systematically jeered at and ridiculed like a medieval criminal in the stocks as she catalogs historic abuse, as she alleges. Have we completely lost track of the severity of these allegations? No, we haven't lost track of the severity of them. That's why it's in court right now, going through a 6-week trial, trying to figure out the truth. And with more and more information coming out every day, and with a legal team questioning Amber Heard and debunking quite a few of her claims, the public has, in a very large majority, shifted their support to Johnny Depp. We all understand that Depp fans will side with Depp, but even the less aggressively Depp-pilled of us want to believe that the Caribbean pirate is blameless. There are quite a few people who have originally supported Amber Heard when she first came out with these accusations against Johnny Depp over the past 6 years that are now changing their mind and, with new evidence being presented, are supporting Johnny Depp after supporting Amber Heard first. I don't want to think about what this is saying to victims of abuse who are considering coming forward, and regardless of what Heard did or didn't suffer at the hands of Depp. So wait, are they saying that they too don't believe everything Amber Heard's saying? Because this sounds like a sentence of doubt. Anyway, isn't the relentless memeing of her a form of violence in itself? What? Is the pummeling by social media not a type of psychological assault? Are we not witnessing a modern day witch trial? These are some very, very heavy words. Oh my goodness. Memes being a form of violence and psychological assault. Again, we have to remember that over the past 6 years, Amber Heard has been relentlessly going after Johnny Depp and making countless different claims against him. Is he supposed to not respond in any way whatsoever? Is he not supposed to defend himself in a legal case when he knows that some of the stuff that she's saying, if not most of it, is lies? The reason that there is such an overwhelming amount of support for Johnny compared to Amber is because of the evidence that has been presented so far. Though I've felt myself veering toward it, I can no longer both sides this. It's time to draw a line. It's time to believe women. All women. It's time to believe Heard. The British courts believed Depp beat his ex-wife. What is stopping the rest of us? First of all, evidence. Secondly, it is already extremely hard to win a slander case. Not to mention, at that point, Johnny Depp wasn't suing Amber Heard. He was suing a company called The Sun. The way that this is being described is kind of a stretch in my opinion, because it's not 100% honest. That whole case was an entirely different circumstance, because when you're suing somebody for slander, you have to prove not only that the person is maliciously lying about you, but they're doing so with the intent to affect your career and to harm your reputation. And it's a lot easier for a company to get away with that than the source itself, which in this case is Amber Heard. As many have already stated with their own opinions, there's a lot that I disagree with when it comes to this article. Many people did believe Amber when she came out with these accusations against Johnny Depp years ago. His acting career has taken a huge hit because of it. On top of that, he has has been ridiculed by Amber's campaigns against him ever since. These accusations are serious, and that is why it's being handled and settled in court right now. After the evidence has been revealed and cross-examined, many people have revoked their support for Amber and now support Johnny Depp instead. That's usually how legal cases work. People shift opinions due to learning about new evidence, facts, and updates. It's so important for women to have a voice in cases that involve SA or even domestic abuse, and a lot of times these voices go unheard or dismissed. However, it's also important to be mindful that when things like this come out, that if there is evidence going against their claims, that it is looked into and not ignored. And as we see with this case going on currently, it seems that the majority of people would agree with that. Most people do want to support women when they're coming out with allegations of something tragic and terrible that has happened to them. However, when there are mountains upon mountains of examples of them lying about the details regarding that situation, people are most likely going to take that into consideration before sharing their opinions on it. There is lots of evidence supporting that Amber Heard was not only being dishonest, but was also abusive herself. And this specifically is why most people are in support of Johnny Depp. There is one thing that I do find very, very concerning, regardless of what the outcome of this case will be. There are now going to be a lot of people who will refer to anybody that shares their experience regarding SA or domestic abuse as Amber Heard. I do fear that because of this, we are going to see an uptick in a lot of these situations, and maybe for a while we'll even see a trend of people who no longer believe women when they come out about situations that they've experienced. And I think maybe this is what Vogue's article was trying to explain, except unlike Vogue, I think he has every right to defend himself in court against these accusations. And I think that it comes down on Amber's shoulders for why this is, because of how many lies and how much misinformation she has spread. Lastly, just to repeat myself here, I do not believe that Johnny has been 100% perfect in this relationship with Amber Heard. In fact, there are some things that he has said and admitted to saying during court that I absolutely do not agree with, and I think were really, really terrible, regardless of what was going on. Again, I don't think he's flawless. I don't think that he is 100% innocent in this situation. I believe that the relationship was toxic on both sides. It's just, when it comes to these accusations, it seems like there's a lot of misinformation and lies about it being spread from Amber Heard. The point of this case is to figure out if this is slander, which in my opinion it is, but we'll find out the ultimate decision, I suppose, after this week. Amber has made several claims that Johnny harmed her brutally, yet has no medical records to back this up, whereas he has medical reports regarding his severed finger. She has lied about donating money to charity, and was even caught slipping up about giving footage to TMZ, which, by the way, TMZ has apparently been scrambling a little bit regarding this. We even just saw Kate Moss testify against one of Amber's lies. Amber claimed that Johnny pushed Kate Moss down a flight of stairs, but Kate explained that she actually slid down the steps due to them being muddy, and Johnny helped her and sought attention for it. With all of this presented, there still is a chance that Johnny may lose this case just due to how difficult it is to win a lawsuit regarding slander. It's nearly impossible. However, even if he does lose, since this case has been live streamed for the entire world to see over the past 6 weeks, he has definitely won in the court of public opinion. And as of right now, I think this is going to be my last video on this subject. The only way I'll talk about this again, and if anything, maybe in an update video where I talk about multiple topics in one setting, is if something really, really intense or unexpected happens, which I'm not sure if that's gonna happen at this point. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes out every single day about this, but at this point, since everybody's talking about it, I really don't know if I'm gonna continue talking about this subject on this channel. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting me over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony Tressout, Michelle, and Deemer WM. You guys are amazing, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and also thank you to everybody who has been giving me super thanks. If you see your name here, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you greatly, and I want to say again, thank you very, very much. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.